Hi, and thanks for checking out this video tutorial. This is the photo manipulation that we're going to be working on. And I call this one the vanishing sniper. And this is one of two images that I've created. They're kind of companion images. This one is the sniper is headed off into the forest. And in this case, he takes two more steps and he's just gone off on the mission that's been assigned to him. So that's kind of the motivation behind this. And the other one is the inverse, where he's emerging out of the fog after completing his mission and is heading home. So if you like this one, you can check that one out. They both use somewhat different lighting techniques, which may be worth checking out, and they could be things that could help you in your future photo manipulations. So let's go ahead and get started. So here's the main background that we're using. And first thing I'm going to do to adjust this background is that I'm going to add a solid color, and it's going to be in the green tones. And 353A17 is the color. And then I'm going to pull it down so it's below the background layer. And what it's going to do is really drive the overall look and feel of this background image. And so this would be the background image just set at normal. But if I set it to multiply, then it brings out all of that tone that's created by this color fill layer. And so you can really create the atmosphere you want using this technique. If you went more bright, orange or something, it would give it obviously more of an orange hue, red, purple, whatever you wanted to do. You can really set some nice tonality with just this simple trick of the color fill and the multiply blend mode. And I'm actually going to bring more of that background in because I'm going to set the opacity on the background all the way down to 32. I want to create kind of this murky late evening kind of hazy effect, and that really creates that effect very nicely, I think. Now the lighting's coming through this way, and I want to enhance that lighting that's coming through here. And so the first step in doing that is I'm going to add a brightness and contrast. And I'm going to bring that brightness up to about 40. I'm going to hit Control-I to invert the mask, which is going to hide that effect. I'm going to select my brush. I'm going to hit X to swap colors here. So if you hit X, it just swaps these colors back and forth. I want white selected. I want to make sure I have a really soft brush and the opacity somewhere around 33%. I'm going to create a big brush and just take a couple of swipes down to where I want to start emphasizing where that light is coming through. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a copy of that. I just drag the layer down to this plus symbol, and then I'm going to pull it above. So just to again start to add that lightness to this area of the image. Then I'm going to add a layer, and I'm going to call this streak. And I'm going to set the color to a yellow. And I'm going to set this to color dodge add And then I'm just going to paint that yellow strip down. I'm going to hit Control Z to back that out. I want to go to about right there with that effect. Okay, so now that's created really, nice atmospheric condition here. So we're going to add the soldier back in, and I've actually already dropped him in to the image just to save a minute or two of time here. And we're going to add a mask to him. Wrong layer. Add a mask to him. And we're going to start making him disappear with the emphasis of the disappearing on the right hand side, because the sun's, or the sun, I guess, is hitting him along this angle here, and so he's going to slowly disappear coming from the left. So I'm going to go to my gradient tool. I'm going to make sure that this is selected. I want to make sure the X is selected. The opacity is around 50%. And then I'm just going to start dragging this. And notice how this mask now starts getting colored in. So the more we do that, the more he's going to disappear. And I want to do it slowly, so I'm going to do quite a few passes here. Maybe I'll bump that opacity up a bit just to speed this up. Depends where I'm having an audience look at this. Really, okay, that's getting really close. I want to just leave where you can still kind of see just the outline of him right there. And then I'm going to just take the overall opacity down to about 90%. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this streak layer, and I'm going to bring it above him so that it kind of hits the back of him to kind of add more color on him himself. And then I'm going to drop that opacity down to about, let's see what 40% looks like. Yeah, we'll drop it down to about 40%. And then let's come below him, create a new layer, call this shadow. And I'm going to do just a real simple shadow. I'm going to hit D, which changes these to black and white. I want to make this black. I want to make sure my brush is selected. 33% is good. I want a nice soft brush. And really all I'm going to do is just paint. That's even darker than I want it to be. And then I'm just kind of feathering that a little bit. I mean, that's really all it needs, because it's so dim and dark. We don't need to do anything too dramatic with the shadow. Okay, and then to add to the overall tonality that I'm looking for, I'm going to add a color lookup. I'm going to go to the LUTs area and select tension green. And then I just want that to just give a little bit of color to this. So right around 20% looks good. Okay, I'm liking that. And next step I'm going to do is I'm going to combine all of these into a single layer that's referred to as a stamp. And so to do that, I'm going to hit Control, Alt, Shift, and E. And that's going to combine all of these into this one single layer. And that's because I want to do some global adjustments on everything here. So I want to go up to Filter, and I'm going to convert that to Smart Filter, which will allow us to adjust the filtering if we want to down the road. And then I'm going to go to Filter. I'm going to go to Camera Raw Filter and go to Color Grading, which we're already there. And then I just want to set all of these to right about 2 o'clock. And this is all just taste and what you're looking for. You could do anything you wanted here if, you know, play around with it. And actually, I kind of like that. And so I guess I'm going to change that because I do like that. I like that, leaving that there. Yeah, I'm going to change that to make that look like that. And this is, you know, a lot of the things in Camera Raw, as you're finishing up your photo manipulation, there's a lot of nice features here that can add to just the overall tonality of your image. And color grading is one of the more powerful ones. So if you don't use Camera Raw a lot, there's really a lot of features here to enhance your photo manipulation. So I'm going to hit OK. And that finishes up this photo manipulation. Relatively simple, relatively quick, but I think it creates a very dramatic background with a few fairly easy tricks. I hope you've enjoyed watching this and that there's something here that you can use in your future photo manipulations that you're doing. Again, thanks for watching.